Swing line edit uses the same principles as swing line create, but this time you'll be editing parcels you've already created rather than making new ones. Let's see how it works. If you're continuing from the previous video, you remember that we were trying to make 3 0.75 acre lots here, but we just couldn't do it with this center lot because 0.75 acres would have made the frontage too small. So is there a solution where we can satisfy the frontage requirement but still get the acreage down to 0.75? Well, I would think there would be if we, instead of going perpendicular to the frontage, were to take this line and maybe draw it back in this direction. But what's the exact angle that I would draw that at in order to achieve exactly 0.75 acres? Think about doing that just with the AutoCAD skills that you have. I'm not sure I could figure out how to do that easily. It would take some work or some trial and error. But luckily we've got a command right in our parcel tools that will swing that line around an arc or until it finds that perfect angle to make the acreage that we want. So let's see how it works. We can even work with the lot line that's here already, even though this was created with the slide line create command and it was created using a 90-degree angle to the frontage. We can still work with it. So I'm going to select that parcel line, launch the parcel layout tools, and make sure my acreage is set to 0.75 acres. Remember, we just typed it in and pressed enter, and the software converted that to square feet for us. So that's all good. I'll roll this up, and this time I'm going to launch the swing line edit command. Now, the one kind of weird twist here is how we define the frontage. We've already selected the line we want to edit. We, as before, we're asked about some styles. We'll just click OK and move on. We need to tell it which lot we're editing, and I'll click that one. And as I said, here's where it gets a little strange. Even though the frontage is here, we're going to pretend the frontage is out here. And you'll see why in a moment. So this is going to be kind of our target line for the parcel line that we're editing. So I'm going to draw the frontage about there. And then it's asking for the swing point. So where's that hinge point that it's going to rotate this line around? And that's going to be right at this endpoint. In fact, I'll use my object snaps to select endpoint right there. You can see right off the bat, it found the solution. This red line here represents the perfect angle to achieve that 0.75 acre size that we need. Looks good to me. I'll press enter. That creates the solution. You can see the perfect 0.75 acres. This line is at an angle, which we knew it would be, but we have satisfied the frontage. And now we can continue on and do what we set out to do originally, which was to create 3 lots that were all 0.75 acres in area. So I'm going to go back to the slide line edit command, choose my lot line that I want to adjust, choose my lot, define the frontage, press enter, and that's the solution for a 0.75 acre lot in that location. So I'll press enter, hit escape a few times to exit the command, and now I've accomplished what I set out to do. 3 perfectly sized 0.75 acre lots. We did have to go against kind of a, I won't call it a requirement, but a design standard or a nice to have, which is to have all of our lines perpendicular, but it's not an absolute deal breaker. So we can bend that rule a little bit, have this line that's not quite perpendicular, and get our 3 0.75 acre lots. I mean, we can't have this neighbor making the other ones jealous by having a larger lot, so this makes them all nice and evenly distributed. So, as you can see, swing line edit can be a very handy tool for achieving a very specific lot size.